Hello, my name is Father Tom Hoar, and I welcome you to Ender's Island. I've invited some friends to come and join me for a little conversation about navigating the stresses and strains of the holiday season, especially for those who are in recovery, those who are new to recovery, those who are helping others through the recovery experience, sponsors, family members. I'd like to start with first reading a little piece of the 12, from the 12 and 12, a reflection on the 12th step. It reads, "Even the newest of newcomers finds undreamed rewards as he tries to help his brother alcoholic, the one who is even blinder than he. This is indeed the kind of giving that actually demands nothing. He does not expect his brother sufferer to pay him or even to love him. And then he discovers that by the divine paradox of this kind of giving, he has found his own reward, whether his brother has received anything or not. His own character may still be gravely defective, but somehow he knows that God has enabled him to make a mighty beginning. And he senses that he stands at the edge of new mysteries, joys, and experiences for which he has never dreamed." You know, we've just celebrated Thanksgiving in the midst of a worldwide pandemic. People are stressed, people are confused, and those who might be new into recovery are thinking, "Oh, Lordy, what the hell's going on?" And so I thought it might be nice to have a little discussion with folks who have maneuvered through these days of stress and strain with family and community and in the fellowship. And there are many different fellowships and many different opportunities for us to find support and encouragement. My name's Tom, and I'm an alcoholic and addict. My sobriety date is October 6, 1989.
Hi, my name's Carol Lee, and
When's your sober date? Can you remember that far back?
June 3rd, 1974.
That's old.
That is. I was young.
Yes, and I'm John Hoggabook. My recovery date is January the 13th, 1997.
And I'm Sean Robinson, and my recovery date is December 25th, 2013.
Nice Christmas present.
Yes.
So what was that first sober Christmas like?
Well, I was in treatment, but it was great to give my family and myself the gift of potential sobriety. And I've noticed a lot of people either fall during the holidays or have the clarity to make a decision to decide to be sober for themselves and for their family. Yeah, stress is a major trigger for people in recovery, and the holiday season can bring that about. I've kind of compiled a list of things that can help someone in early recovery, someone in recovery, and the families of people with a loved one in recovery. And first and foremost, it's communication. Communicating with your family, and the family's communicating with the individual, keeping it out, keeping it not a secret, and being loving and compassionate to the individual, making sure that their expectations are normal. So lower your expectations of the perfect white Christmas. Make sure that you're in a safe environment. Have a plan. It's okay to say no. It's okay to walk away. Do your best to not get stressed out during the holiday season. But remember, it's okay to say no and to walk away. Bring a friend if you have to that supports your recovery. Go it alone. Have someone on standby, whether it be another family member, a friend in recovery, a sponsor.
I think one of the things that you pointed out is really vitally important, have a plan. Because oftentimes the anticipation of what's going to happen, or the anticipation that I don't know what to do, you know, I've never been with my family and been sober, you know? And so I think having the plan and having kind of that safety net, you know, when things get stressed and strained, to be able to pick up the phone.
Right.
And
Pick up the big book.
or pick
you
up
know?
the big book.
Right.
Or go to a Zoom meeting.
Right. Which is perfect now that we have access to meetings right on our phone, you know,
Yeah.
every hour. It's amazing.
Yes.
Planning.
Yes. Yes. Preparation is huge. You know, planning in advance. You know, in this pandemic. Reaching out. You know, get in the habit of making phone calls. You know, get in the habit of going to Zoom meetings. You know, get in the habit of talking to someone about what you're going through. You know, really like opening up, right? And not having, any unrealistic expectations because, everyone is under this, enormous pressure, right? Because everyone is kind of like pigeonholed into these places like, where a lot of people desire to be with their families, desire to be with their kids and their grandkids, but learning to pick up the phone and just simply, I love you, I was thinking about you. A simple text.
You know, it's someone else we need to be talking to is God.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, prayer is so vital to long-term recovery and balance in our lives. You know, we tell the newcomer to get down on your knees and surrender your life each day to God and just ask for the grace to get through the day. Well, this is a time that maybe we need to be praying a little bit extra. And although many churches have reduced celebrations for different experiences through the next couple of months, there are churches that are open. We can join services online. We have at Andrews Island, we have a Mass online every Sunday at 9 o'clock, and we'll have midnight Mass on Christmas. People can join in, even if they're not necessarily Catholic, but they can hear the message of hope. Christmas is a message of hope. Hanukkah is a message of hope. It's the celebration, the festival of light. And when light comes into our lives, when we are trapped in the prison of addiction, it brings hope.
Yes.
And that's what this season is going to be. And that's how we need to, I think, approach the season.
I had a wonderful friend that in the program that every day she'd pick 3 names out of a jar and call them just to say hello, how are you? And she gave hope to so many people in this area. So I agree totally with Father Tom, and to keep what Christmas or Hanukkah is about in our hearts. I've always been really blessed. And the toughest year for me in sobriety was after my husband died. And I didn't know what I was going to do. My birthday's Christmas Eve. I drove home from work 78 miles in Vermont. It was dark. And I go into an empty house, and it didn't seem like any hope. But I went to Mass at 5:30, and this little Korean girl, 5 years old, comes up to me and gives me a birthday present. And in it's an Irish rosary. And, that just changed my everything. It was one person reaching out to another, and this child gave me such a gift. And then the next day I was with my goddaughters and their family. So it was such a blessing, though. And so we try to reach out to each other no matter how, whether it's by phone or FaceTime or anything on Christmas.
And that's kind of the message that was from that 12 12th step that I read when we started our conversation. It's about giving away. And if you're a family member who has someone who's new in recovery, don't treat them like they're going to break. Treat them with love and compassion. If you don't know if the person, or indignity, yeah. And if you don't know if they're going to be comfortable in this situation, explain what the the plan for the day is going to be, and say, how will this work for you? What can we do to make you feel at home and part of this? I think sometimes people, when their family member begins the journey of sobriety, they don't know what to. Can we still have wine at table? Can we?
Right.
Do we have to lock it up? And it's having those conversations. And John, as you say, communication, and we have the means, and the fellowship is there to undergird it all, and God is there to encapsulate the whole thing in the light of His hope and the joy of His love. We're going to have conversations like this throughout the coming year. Because of the pandemic, it's given us an idea that we're not going to have, we're not making a new online 12-step meeting. What we're going to do is we're going to put out some reflections. The first week of the month, we'll send out a 20-minute reflection. And then the second week, we'll send out another one. And then the third week, we'll have a community chat. You'll be able to join in a conversation about the topics. And we're going to look at the themes that come out of the steps. We're not going to do step work. We're going to talk about the themes that come out of the steps that help people in the journey of recovery to enhance their life, their spiritual life, their emotional life, their life of recovery, find balance. And so each month, the themes will come out of the corresponding steps. And you'll be able to subscribe. We'll be sending out some information to subscribe to this program. It's going to be a conversation, not with the four of us, though some of us will give the reflections, but we've asked people who have long-term sobriety, who have a variety of different experiences. They have a lot of hope. They have a lot of strength that they can share with us. And so we'll be sending out information about that, and we invite you to consider giving that as a Christmas present to someone in recovery or to a family member, so that they can help to understand what recovery is really all about. Because the more we understand, the healthier our relationships can be. Not every family gathering would reflect the images that Norman Rockwell painted for his Saturday evening magazine covers.
And that's okay.
And it is okay. Listen, we thank you. We'll be keeping you all in prayers. Know that Andrews Island and the recovery community here at Andrews Island prays daily for the needs of all of our friends, but especially those who are walking the road to recovery with us, and those especially who are standing at the beginning of the road and might be fearful about taking that first step. If we can be of help, any practical help, give us a call. God bless you. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Happy New Year. And we'll see you soon.